Only 2 minutes left. If you skip this, you could lose everything. Archangel Michael reveals, a false accusation is against you. God says, please listen, the truth will be revealed. My beloved child, listen carefully. Pause for just a moment, my dear one. Let the world slow down around you, even if only for the next few breaths. You may have felt a sudden pull to this message, a sense of urgency that almost made your heart race. Perhaps you saw the words, "Only 2 minutes left," and felt a flicker of panic, a tightening in your chest, as if something important was about to slip through your fingers. But listen closely, this is not a warning to fear, but an invitation to rest. The urgency you feel is not a threat, but a gentle whisper from the divine, calling you to step out of the storm and into a place of peace. You are not here by accident. In a world that moves too quickly, where accusations and misunderstandings can swirl like a sudden storm, you have been guided to this quiet space. There is a reason this message found you now, in this exact moment. Can you sense it? That subtle shift in the air, the way your breath slows as you settle in, the warmth that begins to bloom in your chest as you allow yourself to be present. This is your invitation to let go of the panic, to release the fear that something terrible is about to happen if you don't act fast. Instead, let yourself be held by a deeper promise, a promise of calm, of clarity, of restoration. Imagine, for a moment, that the urgency you feel is not a countdown to disaster, but a sacred nudge from heaven. It is as if an angel stands beside you, whispering, "Pause, beloved. There is something here for you." The world may shout that you are running out of time, that you must hurry or risk losing everything. But the voice of God is different. It is steady, unwavering, and full of love. It says, "Be still. I am with you. You are safe." Feel the difference in your body as you listen. Notice the way your shoulders begin to drop, the way your breath deepens, the way your heart softens. This is not the voice of accusation or fear. This is the voice that has carried you through every storm, the voice that knows your name, the voice that sees beyond the chaos and into the truth of who you are. You are not defined by the panic of the moment, nor by the shadows of false accusations or misunderstandings. You are defined by the peace that is available to you, right here, right now. Stay with me, beloved. In a moment, you'll understand why this message found you today. There is a story unfolding in your life, one that is bigger than the fear or confusion you may be feeling. The divine is orchestrating something beautiful, even in the midst of what feels urgent or overwhelming. You are not alone in this. You are seen, you are known, and you are deeply loved. Let the warmth in your chest grow. Let it spread through your body, softening the places that have been tense for too long. Allow yourself to trust that you are exactly where you need to be, that nothing is slipping away from you, that you are not running out of time. The peace you seek is already reaching for you, even now. As you listen, notice the gentle signs around you, the way the light falls across the room, the quiet hum of your breath, the subtle sense that something sacred is happening. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are being guided, that you are being protected, that you are being called into a deeper sense of calm. So, my dear one, let the urgency fade. Let the panic dissolve. You are safe here. You are held. And in the stillness, you will find the answers you have been seeking. Stay with me, for in the next breath, you will begin to see how every moment of unrest is leading you toward a peace that cannot be shaken. Let's pause together, just for a moment, and allow the world to soften at the edges. You may have carried so much with you today: worries, questions, the noise of other people's opinions, the weight of things left unsaid. But right now, you are invited to set all of that down. This is your sacred space, a gentle sanctuary where you can simply be. The world outside may be swirling with demands and distractions, but here, you are safe to slow down and listen to the quiet voice within. Take a deep breath in, my dear one. Breathe in peace. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your body, filling you with a sense of calm. Now, breathe out fear. Let it leave you with your exhale, as if you are releasing a heavy burden you no longer need to carry. Breathe in hope. Let it rise in your chest, a soft warmth that spreads through your heart. Breathe out doubt. Imagine it dissolving into the air, leaving you lighter, freer, more open to what is possible. With each breath, you are choosing stillness over chaos, presence over distraction. Notice how your body responds. Your shoulders may begin to relax, your jaw may unclench, your heartbeat may slow. This is the gift of presence, the simple, sacred act of returning to yourself, of remembering that you are not alone in this moment. The divine meets you here, in the quiet, in the breath, in the gentle rhythm of your own heartbeat. Breathe in peace, breathe out fear, breathe in hope. Let these words become a gentle mantra, a soft anchor that holds you steady when the world feels unsteady. You do not have to fix everything right now. You do not have to have all the answers. All you are asked to do is breathe, to be present, to allow yourself to receive the comfort that is being offered to you. If you feel a shift, even the smallest one, stay with me. Trust that this stillness is not empty, but full of possibility. In this sacred presence, you are being prepared for something beautiful. The chaos of the world cannot touch the peace that is growing within you. Let your breath be your guide, your anchor, your quiet act of faith. As you rest in this moment, know that you are exactly where you need to be. The next step will come, but for now, let yourself be held by the gentle presence that surrounds you. Stay with me, beloved, and let your breath carry you deeper into the peace you have been longing for. There are moments in life when the world seems to turn against you, when the truth of your heart is questioned, and your intentions are misunderstood. Perhaps you have felt the sting of a false accusation, the ache of being blamed for something you did not do, or the deep loneliness that comes when others believe a story about you that is not your own. Maybe it was a whisper behind your back, a rumor that spread like wildfire, or a look of suspicion from someone you once trusted. Or perhaps the accusation was silent, unspoken, but heavy all the same, a sense that you are not seen for who you truly are. My beloved child, I see your tears. I see the way you have tried to defend yourself, to explain, to make things right, only to find that your words fall on deaf ears. I see the nights you have lain awake, replaying conversations, wondering what you could have done differently, searching for the moment when things began to unravel. The pain of being misunderstood is sharp, and it can make you question your own worth, your own goodness, your own place in the world. You are not alone in this. Even now, as you listen, you are being held in a love that is deeper than any accusation, stronger than any betrayal. The divine knows the truth of your heart, the purity of your intentions, the quiet acts of kindness that no one else may have seen. You are not defined by the words of others, nor by the shadows they may cast upon your name. You are defined by the light within you, the light that cannot be dimmed by misunderstanding or malice. There is a reason this is happening now, even if you cannot yet see it. Sometimes, the pain of false accusation is not a punishment, but a passage, a doorway into a deeper understanding of yourself and of the love that surrounds you. It is in these moments of isolation, when you feel most alone, that you are invited to discover the companionship of the divine. When the world turns away, heaven draws near. When others misunderstand, God understands completely. Feel the weight of your sorrow, but do not let it crush you. Instead, let it become a prayer, a longing, a reaching out for comfort and clarity. You are not abandoned in your struggle. The angels stand beside you, silent witnesses to your pain, gentle guardians of your soul. They see the truth, even when others do not. They whisper words of reassurance, words you may not hear with your ears but can feel in the warmth that settles in your chest, the quiet strength that rises in your spirit. You may wonder why this has happened to you, why you have been chosen to walk this difficult path. There is no easy answer, but there is a promise: you are not walking it alone. Every tear you have shed has been seen, every sigh has been heard, every silent prayer has been gathered up and held close. The divine is not distant or indifferent. The divine is with you, in the very center of your pain, offering comfort that goes deeper than words. If you have been betrayed by someone you trusted, know that your trust was not wasted. Every act of love, every moment of vulnerability, every risk you took to open your heart was seen and cherished by heaven. The betrayal says nothing about your worth, and everything about the brokenness of this world. You are not less because someone failed to see your value. You are not diminished because someone chose to believe a lie. You are precious, chosen, and deeply loved. Let yourself feel what you need to feel. There is no shame in your sadness, no weakness in your longing for justice or understanding. But do not let bitterness take root. Do not let the actions of others define your future. Instead, allow this pain to become a place of transformation, a sacred ground where you meet the divine in a new and deeper way. Stay with me, beloved. In a moment, you will begin to see that this season of misunderstanding is not the end of your story. There is a reason this is happening now, a purpose that is being woven through your pain. The companionship you long for is closer than you think. The truth will not remain hidden forever. For now, let yourself be held. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be loved, exactly as you are, in the midst of your struggle. The journey is not over, and you are not alone. Sometimes, the path you walk seems to twist and turn in ways you never expected. You may find yourself waiting for answers that don't come, longing for resolution that feels just out of reach, or facing setbacks that seem unfair and unexplained. It's easy to feel lost in the confusion, to wonder if you've been forgotten or if your prayers have gone unheard. But, my dear one, what if the very delays and detours you dread are not obstacles, but gifts, hidden forms of protection, woven by loving hands you cannot yet see? There is a gentle choreography at work in your life, a divine timing that moves with wisdom far beyond your own. What feels like a setback may be a shield, keeping you from harm you never knew was near. What seems like a closed door may be a loving redirection, guiding you towards something better than you dared to imagine. The confusion you feel is not a sign of abandonment, but an invitation to trust, to lean into the mystery, to believe that you are being guided even when the way is unclear. Fear whispers that you are running out of time, that you must force your way forward or risk losing everything. But trust speaks in a different voice, a voice that is calm, steady, and sure. Trust says, wait. Rest. There is more unfolding than you can see. In the quiet spaces between your questions, the divine is working on your behalf, arranging circumstances, softening hearts, preparing the way for your good. Soon, you'll see how this was for your good. The delays that once felt like punishment will reveal themselves as protection. The setbacks that brought you to your knees will become stepping stones to a higher place. The accusations that wounded your spirit will be transformed into testimonies of grace and resilience. You will look back and see the fingerprints of heaven on every page of your story, even the chapters that felt dark and uncertain. Let yourself breathe into this truth. Feel the tension begin to ease, the fear begin to loosen its grip. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being overlooked. You are being guided. The divine sees the whole picture, the beginning and the end, and is leading you with a love that will not fail. If you find yourself in a season of waiting, let it be a sacred pause. Use this time to rest, to reflect, to listen for the quiet guidance that comes when you are still. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Trust that every delay is a doorway to something deeper, something richer, something more aligned with your true purpose. You are not lost, beloved. You are being led. The confusion will give way to clarity, the fear to trust, the waiting to fulfillment. Hold on to hope, for soon you will see the hidden gift in every delay. Let your heart rest in this assurance: you are safe, you are seen, and you are exactly where you need to be. The story is not over, and the best is yet to come. In the quiet moments when your heart feels most exposed, when the world's judgment seems sharpest and your spirit feels vulnerable, you are not left defenseless. There is a presence that draws near, a guardian whose very name means, "Who is like God?" A reminder that you are never alone in your struggle. Archangel Michael, the great protector, stands beside you now, offering comfort, strength, and unwavering truth. Imagine, for a moment, a gentle blue light beginning to glow around you. It starts softly, like the first light of dawn, and then grows brighter, wrapping you in a cocoon of warmth and safety. This is the presence of Michael, the archangel who has been sent to shield you from harm, to defend you against the arrows of accusation, and to remind you of your unshakable worth. With every breath, feel that blue light growing stronger, a living shield that nothing false or harmful can penetrate. You are shielded. You are seen. You are safe. Let these words echo in your mind, a steady rhythm that calms the storm inside you. You are shielded from the lies that others may speak, from the misunderstandings that try to cloud your name. You are seen, not just for your struggles, but for your courage, your kindness, your quiet acts of faith. You are safe, held in the arms of a guardian who will not let you fall. There is a sacred power in knowing you are protected, even when you feel most exposed. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is the doorway through which divine help enters. When you feel the weight of the world pressing in, remember that you are not carrying it alone. Michael's sword is not for violence, but for truth, cutting through confusion, clearing away the fog, revealing the light that has always been within you. Let yourself rest in this comfort. Feel the blue light as it settles over your shoulders, softening the tension in your neck, easing the ache in your heart. With every breath, let it sink deeper, filling you with a sense of peace that cannot be shaken. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. The divine has sent a messenger to remind you that your story is not defined by accusation or fear, but by the truth of who you are. You are shielded. You are seen. You are safe. Let these words become your anchor, your quiet strength, your daily prayer. Whenever you feel alone, call to mind the image of Michael's blue light, the gentle weight of his presence, the certainty that you are guarded by love itself. Stay with me, beloved. The comfort you feel now is only the beginning. There are signs and messages waiting to find you, gentle reminders that you are never without guidance, never without hope. Let your heart remain open, for the next whisper of reassurance may be closer than you think. There is a language the divine speaks that goes beyond words, a language of signs, synchronicities, and gentle nudges that guide you when logic falls silent. Sometimes, when you are searching for answers or longing for reassurance, heaven responds not with thunder, but with a whisper. You may notice repeating numbers, 1111, 555, 222, appearing on clocks, receipts, or license plates, as if the universe is gently tapping your shoulder, saying, "Pay attention, beloved. You are not alone." These signs are not random. They are threads in a tapestry woven just for you, reminders that you are seen and guided, even when the path feels uncertain. Perhaps you hear a song at just the right moment, its lyrics echoing the very prayer you whispered in the dark. Or maybe a dream lingers in your mind, vivid and strange, carrying a message that stirs something deep within you. Sometimes, a name appears again and again, on the lips of strangers, in a book, on a screen, until you can no longer dismiss it as coincidence. Watch for the name that keeps appearing. It's not a coincidence. The divine often uses names as signposts, pointing you toward a truth, a person, or a lesson that is meant for you. It may be the name of someone who has hurt you, someone you are meant to forgive, or someone who will play a role in your healing. It may be a name that brings comfort, or one that stirs old wounds. Either way, it is a message. You are being guided, and nothing is happening by accident. When you notice these signs, pause and let yourself feel the wonder of being noticed by heaven. The numbers, the songs, the dreams, the names, they are all part of a conversation between your soul and the divine. They are invitations to slow down, to listen, to trust that you are being led even when you cannot see the whole path. What feels like randomness is, in truth, meaningful alignment. The universe is not chaotic, it is alive with purpose, and you are a cherished part of its unfolding story. If you have been seeing the same numbers, hearing the same song, or encountering the same name, take it as a gentle nudge to pay attention. Ask yourself, What is this trying to show me? What am I being invited to notice or remember? Sometimes, the answer will come in a flash of insight. Other times, it will unfold slowly, like a flower opening to the sun. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust that you are not being teased or tested, but lovingly guided. Let yourself be open to the ways the divine speaks. You may feel a soft chill on your skin, a warmth in your chest, or a sudden sense of peace that washes over you. These are signs, too, sensations that anchor you in the present moment and remind you that you are not walking alone. The angels are near, sending you messages in the language of your heart. Stay curious, beloved. The signs will continue to appear, sometimes in the most unexpected places. A stranger's kindness, a line in a book, a feather on your path, each one is a reminder that you are seen, known, and loved. If you find yourself doubting, remember, the divine delights in surprising you, in weaving meaning into the fabric of your days. Soon, you'll look back and see how every sign, every synchronicity, every name that crossed your path was part of a greater story, a story of guidance, protection, and love. For now, keep your heart open and your eyes soft. The next sign may be closer than you think, and the message it carries may be exactly what your soul has been longing to hear. In a world overflowing with voices, some gentle, some urgent, some loud and demanding, it can be difficult to know which messages to trust. You may find yourself caught between hope and fear, longing for guidance but unsure which signs are truly meant for you. This is where discernment becomes your sacred tool, a gift that allows you to separate the voice of peace from the voice of panic. True guidance from the divine will never rush you into anxiety or confusion. It will not demand that you act out of fear, nor will it leave you feeling small or unworthy. Instead, it arrives with a quiet assurance, a sense of calm that settles over your spirit like a soft blanket. If a message brings anxiety, pause and pray. Let yourself step back from the noise, even if just for a moment, and ask, does this bring me peace, or does it stir up panic within me? Notice how your body feels when you hear a message or sense a sign. Does your breath become shallow, your heart race, your mind spin with worry? Or do you feel a gentle warmth in your chest, a softening in your shoulders, a clarity that feels like light breaking through clouds? The body is wise, and the soul even wiser. Peace is the signature of the divine. Panic is not. You are not meant to live in a state of constant urgency. The world may try to convince you that you must hurry, that you will miss your blessing if you do not act now, that you are always one step away from disaster. But the voice of God, the voice of the angels, is different. It is patient. It is kind. It waits for you to be ready, and it speaks in a way that brings comfort, not chaos. If you ever feel pressured by a message, if it threatens, shames, or frightens you, let that be your cue to pause. Take a deep breath. Breathe in peace, breathe out fear. Ask for clarity. Ask for confirmation. The divine is not offended by your questions. In fact, you are encouraged to test every spirit, to seek the truth that brings you closer to love and wholeness. Sometimes, the most powerful guidance comes in the quietest moments. It may be a sense of knowing that settles in your bones, a gentle nudge that feels right even if it doesn't make sense to your mind. Trust the peace. Trust the stillness. Trust that you are being led, not driven. You are allowed to wait for peace before you move forward. You are allowed to say no to anything that brings panic or confusion. You are allowed to trust your own discernment, to honor the wisdom that lives within you. The divine will never punish you for seeking peace. Instead, you are invited to rest in it, to let it be your compass, your guide, your test of truth. Stay with me, beloved. As you learn to trust the voice of peace, you will find that guidance becomes clearer, decisions become easier, and your heart becomes lighter. The next step will reveal itself, not in a rush of fear, but in the gentle unfolding of peace. When life feels overwhelming, when your mind is crowded with questions and your heart aches for relief, remember that peace is not found in grand gestures but in small, gentle steps. You do not have to solve everything at once. You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your own. Instead, you are invited to return to the present moment, to anchor yourself in practices that bring calm and clarity, one breath at a time. Pause, pray, proceed. Let these words become your gentle rhythm, your daily anchor. Begin by pausing, just for a moment. Close your eyes if you can, and take a slow, deep breath. Feel the air as it enters your body, cool and refreshing. Let it fill your lungs, then release it slowly, letting go of tension with each exhale. Notice the way your shoulders drop, the way your jaw softens, the way your heartbeat steadies. This is your sacred pause, a space where you can simply be. Now, pray. Your prayer does not have to be long or eloquent. It can be as simple as, God, bring me peace. Or, angels, guide my thoughts. Or even, help me see clearly. Speak from your heart, knowing that every word is heard, every sigh is understood. If you feel comfortable, place your hand over your heart as you pray, feeling the warmth and comfort that comes from this small act of self-kindness. After you pray, proceed, gently, without pressure. Take a moment to write down what you are feeling. Let your thoughts spill onto the page without judgment or editing. You might begin with a simple prompt, right now, I feel, or what I need most is. Allow your pen to move freely, trusting that clarity will come as you give your feelings a safe place to land. Sometimes, the act of writing is enough to untangle the knots inside you, to reveal the wisdom that was waiting beneath the surface. If you find your mind wandering or your heart racing, return to your breath. Inhale peace, exhale worry. Inhale hope, exhale doubt. Let each breath be a gentle reminder that you are not alone, that you are supported, that you are loved. These micro-practices are not about perfection, they are about presence. They are about choosing, again and again, to return to yourself, to the divine, to the quiet center where peace is always waiting. You do not have to do this all at once. Small steps are enough. A single breath, a whispered prayer, a few honest words on a page, these are the seeds of calm and clarity. Let them take root in your day, and watch as peace begins to grow, steady and sure. Stay with me, beloved, and let these gentle practices guide you back to yourself, one sacred moment at a time. There will come a moment, perhaps when you least expect it, when the heaviness you've been carrying begins to lift. It may not arrive with fanfare or dramatic change, but with a gentle calm that settles quietly over your spirit. You'll notice it first in the small things, the way your breath comes easier, the way your shoulders relax without you even trying, the way your heart feels just a little lighter. This is the first sign that restoration is drawing near. You may wake one morning and realize that the dread you once felt has softened into anticipation. The questions that used to keep you up at night lose their sharpness, replaced by a quiet trust that answers are on their way. You'll find yourself smiling at unexpected moments, feeling gratitude for simple things, a kind word, a song on the radio, the warmth of sunlight on your face. These are not coincidences. They are the gentle markers of a shift, the evidence that peace is returning to your life. You'll notice a gentle calm before the answer comes. It's as if your soul knows, before your mind can understand, that something good is unfolding. The world around you may not have changed, but your inner landscape is different. Where there was once fear, there is now hope. Where there was confusion, there is clarity. Where there was isolation, there is a sense of being held and supported, even if you cannot see the hands that hold you. Unexpected support will begin to appear. A friend may reach out with words you needed to hear. A door may open where you thought there was only a wall. Resources, opportunities, and encouragement may arrive in ways you never could have planned. You'll look back and see how every delay, every setback, every unanswered prayer was leading you to this moment of restoration. The divine has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating a story of redemption and renewal. Stay open to the subtle signs. You may feel a soft warmth in your chest, a sense of alignment that tells you you're on the right path. You may notice repeating numbers, meaningful dreams, or a name that keeps appearing, reminding you that you are not alone. These are the gentle whispers of heaven, guiding you forward, inviting you to trust the process. Let yourself anticipate the good that is coming. Release the habit of waiting for the next disappointment, and instead, make room for hope. The shift may be gradual, but it is real. Each day, you will find more evidence that peace is taking root, that vindication is on its way, that your story is being rewritten with grace. If you find yourself doubting, remember, the calm you feel is not an illusion. It is the first fruit of restoration, the promise that what was lost will be returned, that what was broken will be healed. Stay with me, beloved, and let your heart remain open to the unfolding of this new chapter. The answers you seek are closer than you think, and the peace you long for is already making its way to you. Let me tell you a story, beloved, one that may echo in the chambers of your own heart. There was a woman, gentle and kind, who found herself at the center of a storm she never saw coming. One day, a whisper became a rumor, and the rumor grew into a shadow that followed her everywhere. She was accused of something she did not do, her name spoken in hushed tones, her intentions questioned, her heart misunderstood. Friends grew distant, colleagues looked away, and even those closest to her seemed unsure. The world she knew became unfamiliar, and the weight of injustice pressed down on her spirit. In the beginning, despair was her constant companion. She replayed every moment, searching for the misstep, the word misspoken, the gesture misread. She wept in the quiet hours, her tears soaking the pillow as she pleaded for understanding, for someone to see the truth. The ache of being falsely accused was sharp, a wound that seemed to bleed without end. She felt utterly alone, as if the world had turned its back and left her in the cold. But even in her darkest moments, something gentle began to stir. It was not a sudden miracle, but a slow, quiet presence, a sense that she was not as alone as she felt. She noticed small signs, a feather on her doorstep, a song on the radio that spoke of hope, the number 1111 appearing on her phone when she woke in the night. These were not answers, but reminders that she was seen, that heaven had not forgotten her. One evening, as she sat in the stillness, she closed her eyes and breathed deeply. She whispered a simple prayer, "God, if you see me, send me peace." In that moment, she felt a warmth spread through her chest, a gentle calm that softened the ache inside. It was as if an unseen hand rested on her shoulder, steadying her, reminding her that the truth was not lost, even if others could not see it yet. Days turned into weeks, and though the accusations did not vanish overnight, her spirit began to change. She found the strength to speak her truth, not with anger, but with quiet confidence. She reached out to those who mattered, not to defend herself, but to share her heart honestly. Some listened, some did not, but she no longer felt desperate for their approval. The peace she had found within was stronger than the noise outside. Slowly, the tide began to turn. A colleague who had once avoided her offered a kind word. An old friend reached out, apologizing for believing the worst. The truth, like sunlight breaking through clouds, began to shine. The accusations lost their power, and the shadows receded. She was not restored to her old life, but to something deeper, a sense of self that could not be shaken by the opinions of others. She learned that restoration does not always mean returning to what was, but discovering what is possible when you trust the process. The injustice she endured became a doorway to compassion, a well of empathy for others who walk through similar storms. She found herself offering comfort to those who felt misunderstood, her own pain transformed into a source of healing. Her story is not a promise that every accusation will be erased, or that every relationship will be mended. But it is a testament to the quiet power of hope, the gentle unfolding of divine resolution. In the end, she was not defined by what was said about her, but by the peace she carried within. The world may never know the full truth, but she does, and so does the divine. If you find yourself in a similar place, let this story be a soft light on your path. Despair is not the end. Injustice is not the final word. There is a restoration that comes, not always as you expect, but always as you need. Stay open to the signs, trust the slow work of peace, and know that your story, too, is being held in loving hands. As the echoes of this message linger in your heart, you may wonder how to carry this peace with you beyond these moments. Inspiration can feel bright and fleeting, like sunlight through a window, but true transformation is woven slowly, day by day, choice by gentle choice. You are invited now to anchor this peace, to let it become a steady presence in your life, not just a passing feeling. Begin each morning with a quiet moment of reflection. Before the world's demands rush in, place your hand over your heart and take a slow, deep breath. Ask yourself, what do I need today to feel at peace? Listen for the answer, even if it comes as a whisper. This simple act of checking in with your soul sets the tone for your day, reminding you that you are worthy of care and attention. As you move through your day, Stay open to the signs and synchronicities that may appear. Notice the numbers that catch your eye, the songs that seem to play just for you, the gentle nudges that guide your steps. Let these reminders be touchstones, calling you back to the truth that you are seen and supported. When you feel your peace slipping, pause and breathe. Return to your anchor, inhale calm, exhale worry. Set gentle boundaries to protect your newfound peace. It is not selfish to say no to what drains you or to step back from conversations that stir up anxiety. You are allowed to choose what nourishes your spirit. If you find yourself pulled into old patterns of fear or self-doubt, remember that you can always begin again. Each moment is a new invitation to return to yourself, to the divine, to the quiet center where peace is waiting. Consider ending your day with a few lines in a journal. Reflect on where you noticed peace, what signs you received, and how you honored your boundaries. Celebrate even the smallest victories. Transformation is not measured by perfection, but by presence, by your willingness to keep showing up for yourself, one day at a time. Let this be your gentle plan, daily reflection, noticing signs, honoring boundaries, and celebrating progress. These small steps, repeated with love, will turn fleeting inspiration into lasting transformation. You are not alone in this journey. The divine walks with you, guiding, encouraging, and blessing every step. Stay encouraged, beloved. The peace you have touched is real, and it is yours to keep. Let it grow, let it deepen, and let it shape the days ahead with hope and quiet strength. Before, there was confusion. The world felt heavy, your heart uncertain, your mind clouded by questions that seemed to have no answers. You may have woken each day with a sense of dread, wondering if the shadows would ever lift, if the accusations or misunderstandings would ever be resolved. Before, there was fear, fear of being misunderstood, fear of being alone, fear that the pain would never end. Before, there was isolation, a sense that no one could truly see or understand the depth of your struggle. But now, after this journey, something has shifted. After, there is clarity. The fog has begun to lift, and you can see the path ahead with new eyes. After, there is peace, a gentle, steady calm that fills the spaces where anxiety once lived. After, there is connection, both to the divine and to others who walk this path with you. You are no longer defined by the confusion or the fear, but by the truth that has been revealed within you. Before, confusion, fear, isolation. After, clarity, peace, connection. Let these words echo in your heart. Let them remind you of how far you have come, and how much is still possible. You have moved from unrest to peace, from accusation to restoration, from feeling lost to knowing you are guided and loved. The journey was not easy, but it was sacred. Every tear, every question, every moment of doubt was met by a love that never left your side. You are not the same as you were before. You have learned to listen for the gentle whispers of the divine, to notice the signs and synchronicities that guide your way. You have discovered the power of discernment, choosing peace over panic, trust over fear. You have practiced anchoring calm and clarity, one breath, one prayer, one small step at a time. You have seen how even the darkest moments can become doorways to light. As you move forward, carry this blessing with you. May the peace you have found here continue to grow within you, steady and unshakable. May you walk each day with the quiet confidence that you are seen, known, and deeply loved. May the signs and synchronicities that appear remind you that you are never alone, that heaven is always near. May your heart remain open to restoration, to new beginnings, to the gentle unfolding of grace. If this message has touched you, I invite you to share your heart in the comments below. Let this be a space of encouragement and prayer, a circle of support for all who are seeking peace and restoration. If you have a prayer request, or if you simply want to say, "I am here, and I am healing," know that you are welcome. Your story matters. Your voice is needed. Your presence is a blessing to this community. If you would like to continue this journey together, consider subscribing or joining our circle. Here, you will find ongoing encouragement, gentle guidance, and a community of souls who are walking the same path toward peace. You are not alone, and you never have been. Together, we can hold space for one another, lifting each other up in hope and love. Before, confusion, fear, isolation. After, clarity, peace, connection. Let this be your anthem, your reminder, your gentle truth. The divine has seen you through the storm and into the calm. The truth has been revealed, not just about your circumstances, but about your worth, your resilience, your capacity for hope. You are a living testimony to the power of restoration, a beacon of light for others who are still searching for their way. As you go, may you carry this blessing in your heart. May you remember that every ending is a new beginning, that every moment of unrest is an invitation to deeper peace. May you trust that the journey is not over, and that the best is yet to come. Stay connected, stay encouraged, and know that you are always, always held in love. Thank you for being here, for listening, for opening your heart. May peace go with you, now and always.